What's going on, YouTube? So this is a dragon egg that I made using pine cone petals. So I was thinking the other day, I was on YouTube and I've seen a lot of people make dragon eggs, mostly from Game of Thrones inspired, using foam. It seems to be the most popular method. Looks actually really easy to do. But there's a lot of ways to color it and add texture and this and that. So out of curiosity, I went to see if anybody had ever made an egg out of pine cone petals, and I did not see any. I looked on Etsy just to see if anybody was selling something like that. I looked on YouTube, didn't see anything, so I'm like, you know what? I found a couple pine cones the other day, and I thought I'll give it a shot. So this whole project cost me like $2.50. I did buy a styrofoam egg from Hobby Lobby. It was $3.99 with their 40% off coupon. It was like $2.47. The pine cones I actually found at work. I probably found 5 or 6. I put them in the oven to dehydrate them and get rid of a lot of the moisture and sap and all that. And then I cut them off with scissors. There's a whole lot of different shapes and sizes. They're pretty much got a lot of the same size. These are pretty cool. You can see they're really textured. They do have their challenges though. They're kind of banana shaped, and then they're convex or concave, whichever one is not bowing in but bowing out. I think it's convex. I don't know. So anyway, whenever I actually hot glued each individual, we'll call them scales or petals. I glued each one on starting from the bottom. And because of their shape, you can see they really stick out. And I tried my best to try to minimize that because it affects the next layer above it whenever you try to glue on top of it. But due to the shape, and they're really crunchy when they're dehydrated, so they're not malleable or bendable at all, that is the way it looks when it's all said and done. Of course, I show my 13-year-old and she goes, "Oh, it looks like a Christmas tree." Yeah, I can see that. I showed my mom and she goes, "Yeah, it looks like a pine cone. Is that what it is?" Before I even told her what it was. And I said, "No, it's a freaking dragon egg." But you know what? I totally understand where those comments come from, because that's kind of what it looks like, isn't it? So anyway, like I said, I had all the acrylic paints and spray paints and all that, so that didn't cost me anything. I do like I said, there's a lot of texture and dimension to these petals. It actually kind of reminds me of scales. That's initially why I decided to use these. If it wasn't for the fact that they're so curved, I think it would be perfect. Maybe next time, if I can find some pine cones that are wet, I can maybe flatten them somehow, who knows, before they get dried out, and then they're crunchy when you try to bend them. So like I said, I hot glued each one on starting from the bottom. I kind of got this texture by dabbing hot glue onto the bottom, and then before it actually hardened, I took like a putty knife and I spread it around, and it gave it that layered kind of textured look, which I think is pretty cool. And then glued one on top of the other. I put a couple petals on top there. I did basically I just acrylic brown on the bottom, and then I did a base coat of brown on the rest of the egg, and then I came back with some medium green. And then I decided to do these dots. I wasn't really sure what to do. Kind of my inspiration for the dots. So I used to play a game on Facebook called Dragon City. It's kind of a silly game, but basically you used to breed a lot of different dragons, different elements or whatever, and the combinations of different dragons would give you it would let you breed additional dragons, and it's all due to chance and different rarity and whatever. So anyway, but I brought that up because if it was like a flame dragon, the egg would kind of look like a little fireball, or if it was an ice dragon in its mature form, it would be like a little ice looking dragon egg or whatever. So I'm thinking, since there was a lot of crazy different looking dragon eggs on that game, this dragon in Dragon City would be, in its adult form, it would have polka dots. So I thought, well, if that's the case, then the egg would probably be polka dot. But you know what? This is my egg, so I can do whatever the flip I want with it, right? So anyway, I want to give a shout out to My Own Drum channel. Lady's name's Dawn. She's really cool, really funny. She lives in Ohio like I do. Sorry, I hope you don't mind if I say that, but check out her channel. She does a lot of really cool stuff. I actually I saw her make some Game of Thrones inspired dragon eggs out of foam, and that's what got me to do this by watching her videos. So like I said, she's got a lot of cool content on there. Really funny, really cool lady. So go ahead and check her channel out. It's called My Own Drum. So anyway, if you guys like this, and you have some pine cones laying around, and you have some foam, styrofoam or whatever, hot glue, spray paint, super glue or whatever, yeah, hot glue, sorry, and whatever color scheme fits your imagination, you can pretty much make a pretty simple dragon egg. Oh, I did, when I had all these petals glued on, I did spray a couple layers of clear acrylic just to kind of like seal, because you could see there was some broken pieces, and the petals were dehydrated, like I said, so they were kind of prone to cracking and chipping. So I didn't want that to happen, so I actually, I guess, kind of quote unquote sealed it inside and out the best I could with a couple coats of clear, just to harden it and give it like a, you know, a fighting chance from not just smashing to smithereens whenever somebody puts any pressure on these petals. So I did do that, and then I did do a layer of Plasti Dip over top of that, just because I didn't think the paint would stick on top of the clear acrylic. I could be totally wrong on that, but I see a lot of people using Plasti Dip in their videos for props, so I was kind of on the bandwagon there. I sprayed it with Plasti Dip, and then went over top of it with paint, and everything sticks really well. So anyway, hope you like this video. Hope it inspires you maybe to try something yourself. Yeah, that's about it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a good day.